Okay, this video is gonna be a little different than what I usually do, cause there's kind of a lot of stuff circulating out there regarding the Texans. Quite a few storylines, and four in particular I want to talk about. So I'm just gonna put them all in one video, so I don't have to make four separate and short videos. Make it easier for you guys, make it easier for me. And the first storyline. Pete Carroll called out Dwayne Brown, or they didn't really call him out. He said the Dwayne Brown trade hasn't really worked out as we thought it did. And a lot of people were criticizing Rick Smith for making that trade, but I was one of the people that thought it was a great trade. Why? Because Dwayne Brown was old. But if you watched any Seattle game, Dwayne Brown looks old. He lacks effort on run plays, and he gives up in the middle of pass plays. So Pete Carroll called him out, something Bill O'Brien would never do here. So now I think it's pretty evident why the Texans didn't give Dwayne Brown a raise, because they thought he wasn't worth that kind of money, obviously, and so far it looks like they were right, and they got a second and a third round pick out of it. So I know this doesn't really regard the Texans that much, but for the people that were saying that was a stupid trade, well, Rick Smith looks like a genius now for that trade. The next one. A lot of people are making a big deal about Jadeveon Clowney calling Blake Bortles trash. And, I find it hilarious. It's funny, because with the Bill O'Brien regime here in Houston, you never get players answering honestly. Like, they usually give a scripted answer, and, I understand that, why they do that. But, for the first time in a while, someone from the Texans said something that wasn't scripted. He just straight up called him trash. And I think that's hilarious, but I do think he shouldn't have done that. I mean, come on. We got beat 70-14. We got swept by the Jaguars this year. And yes, part of that is because of injuries. But, regardless, if Blake Bortles is trash, what does that make your defense? What does that make your team? This is not something I think he should have said. Another thing currently circulating right now is Bill O'Brien said he would never resign from the Texans job, meaning he's not going to quit. And I think it's pretty obvious. Deshaun Watson has made it clear that, he wants Bill O'Brien as a coach, and I'm pretty sure Bill O'Brien wants to be here. He wants to be with Deshaun. So I don't think Bill O'Brien is going to resign, how he said. And anyone who reports this, pretty stupid. And another article that came out was Jason LaConfora said that there's a power struggle with Bill O'Brien and Rick Smith, and this has been getting reported since 2015 when Bill O'Brien wanted to cut Ryan Mallett on the spot and Rick Smith didn't let him for obvious reasons. And yes, maybe there is some power struggles between them, but at the end of the day, there's not much they're going to do about it. They're going to have to, or they're going to stick through it for Deshaun Watson. They're not going to, fire Bill O'Brien just because Rick Smith doesn't like Bill O'Brien's butt chin or whatever. No, in the NFL, it's all about your franchise quarterback. That's who matters. And if Bill O'Brien gets fired just because Rick Smith doesn't like him or there's a power struggle, then we got some huge issues. Seriously. There's some huge issues in the franchise if that does indeed happen. However, I know a lot of people want Rick Smith fired, but Rick Smith is not going to get fired. He is not. I think that's pretty clear. Rick Smith is pretty much part of the McNair family. He's pretty much Bob McNair's other son. But something that might happen, Rick Smith might get a promotion. And Matt Hammond from the Matt Hammond Show on Twitter, he was talking about this earlier. Rick Smith could possibly get a promotion, meaning he's no longer going to be GM. He's going to be doing something else. They're going to call it a promotion, but in reality, they're going to pretty much fire him, from the GM spot, but they're just gonna call it a promotion, gonna call it something else, so it doesn't sound as bad. So Bob McNair doesn't have to, fire one of his family members. So it is quite possible that Rick Smith will no longer be a GM. It's possible, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime soon, because I don't think they would throw in a new GM this upcoming season when you don't have a first or a second round pick. I don't think that would be wise. That's just my opinion. So that's pretty much all the Texans news we have going on right now. And this is probably something I'm gonna do more in the off season when there's more news going around. If there's more news going around, because sometimes the off season can be slow and boring. But regardless, though, I do have like 50 plus videos planned out for the off season, so don't you worry about that. I'm not stopping when the off season hits us. There's still plenty more to be talked about and plenty more to evaluate. I will be evaluating the team, the roster, the coaches. Greg P, I know if you're watching, you asked me to send me a list of the Texas coaches and to evaluate them. That's coming very soon. Right when the season ends, I am dropping that video. I am working on it. So don't think I forgot about it. It's coming. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.